Hey guys, it's me David, and today I have the entire summer 2021 LEGO Star Wars wave. There is a ton to unpack here. There is so many questions to be answered. What if you can only afford to buy $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 worth of sets here? What do I think is the best LEGO Star Wars set of this wave? What do I think of this entire wave in general? There is just so much to talk about. Let's get into this. So in front of me right now, I have 9 LEGO Star Wars sets. Only one has yet to be released. Everything else has been put on shelves on August 1st, 2021. The only set that was delayed is this one right here, the Armor's Mandalorian Forge. That will come out on September 1st. However, you can pre-order it on lego.com, and I'll leave links not just to the Forge, but to all these sets down in the description. They're affiliated links, and they help out the channel. All right, let's get into this. Let's talk about pricing between all these sets. First off, the behemoth of this wave, the brand new Ultimate Collector Series Republic Gunship, $350. After that, we have the Bad Batch Attack Shuttle at $100. After that, we have the Imperial Light Cruiser at $160. Then we have the Duel on Mandalore for just $20. After that, we have the Armor's Mandalorian Forge at $30. Then we have Boba Fett's Starship, a controversial name, otherwise known as the Slave One. That's going to come in at $50. Then we have the Imperial Armored Marauder. That's going to come in at $40. $60 right here for the Mandalorian Starfighter. And then lastly, we have the Vader's Meditation Chamber at $70. Quite a lot of price ranges between this wave for sure. If you total all of that up and you want to buy all the sets that are on my table right now, it's going to cost you $880. That's right, only $120 from a $1,000 wave. Pretty crazy. There's also a rumor going around that there's going to be another $800 UCS set later this year, and if you include that into this wave, even though it'll come out supposedly in November, then we're looking at like $1,500 in LEGO Star Wars for the summer wave plus this rumored UCS set later in the fall. Okay, so first off, just my quick opinions about all the sets. Now, I have reviewed all of them on the table, so all of the links to the reviews will be down in the description. Go check out all the reviews. I really go in depth with all the figures, all the sets, but this will be my quick opinion about all of them. Gunship, absolutely love it. Bad Batch is okay. There is a major flaw with it that upsets me. Imperial Light Cruiser, great figures. The set's okay. It looks good on the outside. Not really, kind of a lackluster interior. I do not like Duel on Mandalore. I think it's a lackluster set for $20. The Mandalorian Forge is just okay. It comes with good figures. As for the Boba Fett Starship, it feels like a really good value for $50. It's definitely smaller than you might expect, but it still is a fun packed build. Imperial Marauder is by far one of the most playable functional sets out of this entire wave and comes with a great selection of figures. So if there's one set that I just think is the most fun and that has so much versatility in the LEGO Star Wars range, it's got to be the Marauder. Then we have the Mandalorian Starfighter. I absolutely love this ship. It looks fantastic. It does have limited use to MOCs. You can really only use it unless you're doing Mandalorian style MOCs or Clone Wars-esque. Lastly, we have the Vader's Meditation Chamber. I personally really like it. I think it's a great display piece on your shelves. I know other people don't like it. They don't want to spend that much money on just something that's going to be on display that they can't play with, that they can't use in MOCs. First off, this entire wave, excluding the 18 plus sets, that being the UCS Gunship and the Vader's Meditation Chamber, are TV show only sets. So that being the Bad Batch, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and The Mandalorian. All of which are fan favorites, so honestly, I love all these sets because they're that great. And the shows are really great as well. First off, we have 3 technical Clone Wars sets. The Bad Batch shuttle kind of plays a weird line because it shows up in Star Wars: The Clone Wars Season 7 for the first time, and then obviously has a spin-off of its own show called The Bad Batch, so you could consider it a Clone Wars and Bad Batch show set, I don't know. But if you do include it as a Clone Wars set, then there's 3 of them. So you have Bad Batch Shuttle, Duel on Mandalore, and the Mandalorian Starfighter. And then as for the Mandalorian show sets, you have the Marauder, the Forge, the Boba Fett Starship, and the Imperial Light Cruiser, all of which are Mandalorian sets. I love Star Wars, but it's so nice to see a refreshing, brand new wave with so many new vehicles that we haven't gotten before. We've never gotten the Bad Batch Shuttle. We've never gotten the Imperial Light Cruiser. We've never gotten the Marauder. We've never gotten a Forge like this. So there's so many new things that I really like. With that said, I can pretty much recommend all of these sets, not necessarily at their prices though. I think Vader's Meditation Chamber is about $10 overpriced. I think the Duel on Mandalore just is lacking features and honestly is overpriced as well. Could be $15 or even $10 and be a much better value at that. All right, so if you have $100, what here on the table is going to be the best bang for your buck? I really want to just say buy the Bad Batch Shuttle at $100. It comes with the entire Bad Batch crew, excluding Omega. Hopefully we get Omega in the winter 2022 wave, which I feel like will happen. But until then, you do get the entire Bad Batch squad that shows up in the first season, and it's good. It's really good. But the Bad Batch Shuttle does have that inherent flaw where you can't pick up the middle fin, and it bothers me. It's a little bit small considering they put a lot of pieces into these speeders. But overall, it's a great package, and it's so tempting to say if you have $100 to go buy that set. However, there's other options at $100. You could do Duel on Mandalore. You could do the Forge and Marauder. That's going to get you far more figures for $10 less at $90. You could do the Marauder and Boba Fett Starship. That's going to be $90 as well. You could do the Mandalorian Starfighter and the Marauder. That's going to be $100. So plenty of options. I'd say personally where you're going to get the best bang for your buck is probably going to be the Marauder and Mandalorian Starfighter. I think you're going to get epic figures that we've never gotten before. The Marauder's really cool because it's a ground vehicle that you can use with a lot of your Imperial forces and just have a lot of fun. It's just a nice looking tank that has a lot of great movable features. The Mandalorian Starfighter is very fun. It's probably the coolest looking ship out of the bunch, excluding the gunship, of course, but that's in a different class of its own because it's UCS. I really like the Mandalorian Starfighter, and the figures that come with it are stellar. So if you have $100, these are the two sets that I recommend. Don't forget, links are down in the description for all the sets to purchase. Definitely take a look at those. They are affiliated. They do help out the channel. What if you have $200? At $200, that definitely opens the door to a lot of things. Honestly, I'm just going to say just pack on the Bad Batch Shuttle to the two other sets that I just talked about. The Marauder and the Mandalorian Starfighter plus the Bad Batch, you're going to be in a very happy place. You got a lot of sets that are related to the Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, Mandalorian, and Bad Batch. So that covers a lot of different properties at $200, and they're all very fun sets to play with. Now, what if you have $300? So $300 is quite a lot of cash, but for those of you who do have it, I think I'm going to hold off on the Imperial Light Cruiser. I really like this set. The minifigures, especially Fennec, are exceptional in this set. However, the Dark Trooper does really feel like a type of figure we'll get later in a battle pack. Maybe you can come back to this video and be like, well, David, you were right. It did come in a battle pack. And I'll just be like, well, LEGO is known to do that. And with their formulas of putting figures first in expensive sets, then trickling them down into battle packs. And I really feel like that's going to be the case with the Imperial Light Cruiser. But yeah, it's tough. Moff Gideon and Fennec are really standout figures. Honestly, though, I still don't think it's quite worth it. Even if you have $300 in your pocket, there's better option on this table. So I would do the Bad Batch Shuttle, the Marauder, the Mandalorian Starfighter, the Armorer's Mandalorian Forge, and then I would also pick up that Vader's Meditation Chamber. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really say give it a chance. It's a really cool looking set. It looks awesome on shelves, especially if you happen to have white shelves. That contrast you're going to get is really epic. Now, if you have $400, well, then we can start talking about this set, this bad boy. Obviously, when you see the UCS gunship, especially next to all of these sets here, it's a standout. It's massive. It's beautiful. If you're a fan of the prequels, if you're a fan of Clone Wars, this set is absolutely going to be appealing to you. And if you have $400, I'd say you absolutely have to pick it up. Now, with that other $50, what would I spend it on the table right here? Honestly, I would do the gunship and the Marauder. Again, I keep going back to that Marauder because I think it's such a fun set. You're getting awesome figures. The yellow Stormtrooper or the Mortar Trooper looks absolutely cool. Now, what if you have $500? $500 is once again a lot of money. Personally, though, I'm still going to say you got to get the gunship. If you're a fan of it, it's just such an awesome set. I have all of these sets on here, and the one that catches my eye the most is the gunship. It's just beautiful. Yes, you can't use it in MOCs. Yes, it has, huge wings that take up a lot of space. Yes, it doesn't have the greatest minifigure selection, but boy is it designed well, and boy does it make an impact in your room. It's so awesome looking. So with that $500, I would then do the Gunship, the Bad Batch shuttle, and the Marauder. Or you could switch it up. You could do the Marauder, Mandalorian Starfighter, and Forge. There's definitely some options here. So the last thing I want to do is, if you have an unlimited budget and you're just cautious about should I be purchasing all of these sets at MSRP price, well, personally, I would say hold off on Duel on Mandalore and Vader's Meditation Chamber. I don't feel like either of these sets are quite where they should be at their current price points. Vader's Meditation Chamber is probably about $10, $15 more than where it should be. Everything else, though, I pretty much can recommend at their MSRP. I feel like I haven't shown much love for the Imperial Light Cruiser today. I do think it is a really, really cool set, but it's just a lackluster interior. It's just a table and control panels that you're getting. And while the functionality of, shooting out the TIE fighters is really neat, it's just not as appealing. The ship itself is really cool, though, and the figures are great. So if you are interested in this set, I do say it is a great pickup at $160. But if you can wait, $140, $130, woo! Well, but if you can pick this up for $140, $130 off, say, Amazon, honestly, I think that's going to be the right price to get this set. So now that all of these sets are available, except for the Mandalorian Forge, what is like a must-have pickup now, and then what is something that I recommend you wait on until, say, Christmas to ask from your family, or maybe you just want to wait for it to go on sale, whatever your case is. Personally, I'm going to have to say you got to get this Gunship. It's just that cool. But if you're not interested in that, I'd say Bad Batch shuttle. It really is cool. Having the Bad Batch figures while watching the show is quite an experience. I thankfully have had it since basically the show started back in May. So it's pretty neat to have the figures and kind of recreate some of the scenes as I'm watching the show. It's actually pretty exciting. So I really have to recommend that. If I'm looking at other sets here other than the Bad Batch shuttle, I'd say the Marauder's a pretty solid set at $40. I do see it coming down in price, so if you're looking to like army build it, I would definitely wait a little bit longer. It'll come down to $35, $30 pretty quickly, just like the AAT did last year in 2020. So do keep that in mind, that if you wait just a few weeks or a few months, Amazon typically, Walmart typically loves to discount these sets by 20%, so keep that in mind. So hopefully that gives you an indication of what I personally really like and that I think I'm having a lot of fun with. I've had these sets for definitely a few weeks now and can say, hey, some of these are really great. Honestly, all of them are really great, but some of them aren't necessarily pickups right away. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I gave you some insight into what my favorites and what I personally recommend out of this wave. Again, all the links will be down in the description to purchase the sets. What a great wave. What a great time to be a LEGO Star Wars fan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out all the reviews as well. And there's so much more coming to the channel, so hit that subscribe button down below. Hope you guys have a great wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.